Big Fish and Begonia is an animated feature all about this girl Chun. She works in this strange world that is parallel with the human world. They deal with the weather, the seasons, the animals, the reappropriation of human spirits once they travel beyond the human realm, and the main ethos here is that everything comes from the water. When the humans first evolved, they evolved from fish. When they die, they go back to that kind of form until the spirits travel back to the human world again. And everything is animalistic in this world. When people die, even in this other world, they come back as animals. This is just cyclical. This is the way life is, and they have a certain routine. When somebody turns 16, they go to the human world for 7 days, experience life, and then they come back home. If they don't come back home within the 7 days, they're trapped there. So watching this movie, it sounded very familiar to other things I'd seen before, and I kind of knew where the movie was going. Wrong. It instantly changed that. Within 5 minutes she'd been to the human world. She sees a human die in a moment of compassion for another animal living thing, and she makes it her mission to save the guy that died. But he has already passed on into their world, their spirit form, and she has to make a deal with a kind of God who can bring that spirit back to life. She has to make a deal for that, and she does so. And then she ends up with this little dolphin. This is the spirit of the man who died in the human plane, and it begins to grow, and as it grows she has trouble hiding it, and that's when she makes up with Kun, another young person from her kind of tribe, who helps her look after it, helps it evade from people's knowledge, because this is a kind of atrocity to their world, because this person has died. It's not their time to go back, and they have done something against the norm, and it is having an adverse effect against their world, although they don't realise it. This is causing their world to almost kind of fold in itself. It's a mishmash of other kind of stories that I've heard before and seen before, but it takes enough risks and adds enough of its own design into it to really make it something that stands out. This is a movie that is visually stunning. From the opening shot, I was hooked on this movie and the interesting tale that it had. It has absolutely amazing visuals all the way through it, and its creature design as well. That you do have people who are human, and then we have animals as well, but then we have animals who have human characteristics because they have previously passed away and been reborn as other things. All these people have abilities to do certain things, whether it be control weather, control plants, like our lead can make begonias grow, or make mighty trees grow, or anything like that. She has that kind of ability. And we meet all these weird and wacky creatures along this journey as well. We have the guy who's kind of God, who helps her bring the spirit back for a deal. We also meet a kind of bad version of that. That's someone that controls rats. So they kind of have this theory that when you have led a good life and you get into the afterworld, you become a fish. If you are naughty or not a good soul, you become a rat. So you have the good and bad here, as they both try to play these people off against each other. Again, the visual design of them is absolutely fantastic. You have this rip-roaring adventure that I never quite knew where it was going or what was going to happen. You have this compassion for a human spirit because of a good deed that it did. But we never go back to the human world to see the effects of this person dying, although we see something at the start with the sister who is really distraught that her brother has died. And it leaves on a really somber note as well, because the relationship between Chun and Kun are complicated. You know, Kun has a really an attraction to her spirit, to Chun's life, just to her, and it's not reciprocated because Chun has this really strong feelings towards the spirit that she's trying to help back to health and make full again, to restore his life. It's a really sad ending to this as well, but a bittersweet one. There is happiness, there is sadness, there are people's lives who are changed forever. It's a movie with real weight, real energy, and it was something that I wasn't prepared for. It has such an odd name, Big Fish and Begonia, which makes sense when you watch the movie, but it's not the interest, it's not the instant kind of name that goes, yeah, it's something that I would love to watch. But if you like things like Your Name or The Red Turtle, movies like that ilk, you're going to love Big Fish and Begonia. I think it was really entertaining, and you know, those visuals and just the sharpness, the way it looked was just unbelievable. I loved the colour palette, I loved the music, I loved everything about this film, and for me it's an instant pick up. It's out in Blu-ray on the 9th of July, and I can't recommend this movie highly enough. If you're into your anime, check out the trailers. I think you're going to love this. If you've seen it, I'd love to know your opinion on the movie, especially the ending. How did you feel at the end? I don't want to spoil too many things, but I'd love to know how you thought about that. Just leave me a message in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.